All right, let's do it.
If old Samuel could see me now.
See, that line doesn't... How often did Samuel see her?
Yeah, I'm wondering if she even remembers Samuel. Like, I think there was a thing where like Samuel was a family friend until he died.
You guys have it wrong. Old Samuel is just, at this point, a generic noun for a boatman who gets you from one interesting point to another interesting point while skipping everything in between.
That's it. Thank you, Red Sky.
You actually didn't notice
There's
it,
a
but the
dreadful whale over
Samuel
there.
in Dishonored 1 changed faces and outfits like 10 different times.
And he was constantly saying, like, I don't know who you are, but just pay me some money and I'll take you to wherever you want to go.
Oh, I will.
Exactly. That's I think the most well-known line from Samuel.
You let your mother slip into oblivion. Do you know where my mother's resting? In a child's coffin, her skinny legs tucked beneath her, because I couldn't afford proper burial, while my father rests in the Imperial crypt.
You're lying.
You still can't accept it for the...
Why would you say you're lying? It's obvious this is all true.
I inhabit your mother's heart, and my body walks the halls of your crumbling palace, and sleeps between your sheets.
If I learned anything in Karnaca, it's that birth shouldn't give anyone the right to rule. You earn it every day by serving the people who need you. Now I'm coming to end your tyranny, Delilah.
Again, this feels like much more a story written specifically for Emily.
Yeah. I mean, Corvo needs absolutely no incentive. He's like, well, I mean, my daughter, so...
Yeah.
Bye. Bye.
Only runes in this level. That's interesting.
Well, they might still give you an edge, but there's no reason to do charms. So, I find it interesting that they're invoking the creepy Victorian song thing that they embraced in the first game, trying to make it almost an artifact of Dunwall more than the universe itself. And I think that's kind of cool world building.
Also, it's vaguely to the tune of Gritting Ghosts.
Every time.
Yes, it is. Yeah, you're right.
It's just the dumbest thing to try to say to get somebody into your corner. Whenever we played Monopoly, your mother would take extra money from the bank, and I'd say, hey, you can't do that, that's not fair, I've almost bought Parkways
No,
and
the
Boardwalk.
black market
and
still
she'd say, no,
exists.
I
Stocked
didn't.
up on munitions.
Yeah, let's get some fucking... No, not gear. Upgrades.
Let's see. I have some upgrade plans for your gear.
Reduce damage taken or less visible? Let's do less visible.
Yeah.
You won't regret it.
Long distance lover.
What else we got here?
You probably need some sleeping darts after, yes, last level's escapades.
Yeah.
After
I
yesterday.
really wish you could upgrade the quantity of those you could carry.
Can you not?
No, not as far as I'm aware.
I think it would just be too OP if you had too many. Because you could just make everyone
Yeah.
fall asleep.
We got 2 runes. Can we do anything with this at all? Not really. We can upgrade Mesmerize proper with...
It is weird to me how much
get
you
the
have
other
focused
runes on this level.
on bone charms and not on runes. Like, I finished the game with, like, half as many runes, but, like, almost all the powers, and it's just weird to see...
No, wait.
I find it's like if you're doing one thing or the other, you don't really need a lot of powers, especially if you're doing stealth. Like, there's not a lot of the traits that really work for you.
Um,
Or
I
as
like
many.
power.
Like, any of the
Let's
stat
do-
boosting ones you don't really need. Because you're never going to be in combat, ideally.
I want to get Swift Stalker, because Swift Stalker works with Fleet Fighter. This is one of the only really good combos that we actually have, is Fleet Fighter. Your movement is not slowed when your weapons are unsheathed, and this increases your movement speed well sheathed. So, let's craft a Bone Charm. But first we got to sacrifice... this one. And we're just going to stick 4 Swift Stalkers on it. And hope that if we get it corrupted, it's not going to fucking suck. Hey! So this is just going to make us really fast. Where is Crafted Bone... Oh, wait, right. Crafted Bone Charm.
It's a separate
Then...
tab. You want to save so you don't have to redo this?
I rarely ever slide, and I want to equip this so that the hounds aren't as much of a problem. Alright, and that's all the Bone Charm crafting I think we'll do in this playthrough. Nope. Oh, there's a black Bone Charm up there. So, which one of these is the... Yeah, the courier. So, the guy from the courier that we met last time will still be here, I believe.
The news people.
Yeah. Hey!
You're alive.
He needs a better work-life balance.
Has it? It felt like longer.
We played this game in real time.
Down in Karnaka, trying to figure out how all this happened with Delilah.
It's been a month and a half since we played this game last.
Things are a mess here.
I know how to beat Delilah now. I'm going to retake my throne and find a way to help my father.
That's the best news I've heard in a long while. You'll have my support. Whatever you need, just ask.
I want
Once
that
it's
owl
safe,
painting over there.
Just tell the public what happened.
It's very important that I have
if
that
I
painting.
come out on top, I'll invite you to Dunwall Tower to conduct an
With
interview.
the... What? Those eyes look smaller than you'd expect. Also, I need your apple. And I'm going to use your typewriter.
Good luck at Dunwall Tower.
Anyway, so it's weird because, like, I hadn't met this guy before, right? So when I came up here, like, it was a completely different conversation.
What'd you talk about?
I don't remember, actually. I just remember it was different. And, like, the guy was very apologetic for all the stuff that he'd done to
I like the
smear us.
I like the boil sign there.
You wanna go
I
see
like
what's
the
over there.
Well, no, I don't want to go over there.
that's
I like the world building of having the sign for the boils because they were
Yeah.
a major character in Dunwall, or in Dunwall, but in Dishonored 1.
Okay, so those guys are evil, or not good.
He's here. I can smell money. Check behind the paintings.
Who is this?
Uh-oh. Oh, shit! Wait, we're still alive!
You survived!
We're never gonna get Ghost. Where'd she
You'll
go?
get Ghost one day.
Maybe she's right. I could clean my teeth once in a while.
Oof.
Oof.
I could clean my teeth once in a while.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Probably not.
Sweet. Okay, I'm trying to remember how to get in here. Okay, I remember how to get in here. Alright, outsider mans. Let's have our final conversation. Little meet and greet.
Your Majesty. Delilah's waiting for you.
But she's got a lot to say.
She's been sleeping badly for the last couple of weeks.
One final chat with the outsider.
That piece of her you were carrying around has been calling out, begging her to take it back. She feels the same craving, but she'll fight to the death to stop you from putting her spirit back where it belongs. You were careful in Karnaca. Let's see how that serves you in the tower where you were born.
I mean, I'm not sure careful precisely describes our method of approach in Karnaca, but okay.
Comedy jump
I guess
cut
that's
to Josh
confirmation
literally
that
throwing
we're-
bodies.
What?
Oh my god.
Why didn't I... Wait.
Yeah, there's two of them.
Throw him! Throw him! Throw the guy you're holding. And the PvP servers closed
What?
in 2016.
Oh no! Oh, you
Oh.
can't. No, no.
Wow.
No. Oh look, money that I don't need. Alright, let's take a look at the powers here. That's fully upgraded. Don't care about that. Doppelganger. Oh yeah.
We never did successfully do the doppel drop, did we?
No, we did not.
Our biggest regret of the run.
I'd agree with that.
Let's upgrade memorize. No.
Mesmerize.
Memorandum. Craft runes was always kind of like, eh. Yeah, let's take less falling damage for one rune. It's something we probably could have used beforehand. Oh.
Hello?
Nope, 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 nope. Do not fall. Thank you. I remember I accidentally killed her the first time I shot her. Which is a weird sentence outside of context.
I mean, it really just in any context.
Yeah, in any context.
Why can't I... What the fuck? That was weird. So we have the key to the armory, which I think is the building we're actually on top of right now. So let's pop down there.
The problem I have with this part is like...
That's a shame.
That is a shame. This part is mostly,
Oops.
Oh my god,
That
you
was
burned a
the
dog to death!
wrong-
Oh my god,
It's
you
not a
monster!
dog.
Wow. Brutal.
Oh, it is a dog. I thought it was one of those, like, undead hounds. Whoops.
No, it's just straight up a dog. You just burned a dog to death.
Shoot. Camster did it. Oh. Hello,
Anyway, my point
buddies.
is, the end of this level, the next portion of it, is very much in a Dishonored 1 level. God damn it, you do that all the time and it's awesome.
That was not what I wanted from that, but okay.
But it was cool. But this is more like going back through the level. This is the first level. We're replaying the first level of the game in reverse.
Yep. It's also the last, or not the last, but one of the last levels of Dishonored 1.
No.
Yes.
Is it? I thought
the tower level. We're going into the tower. It's literally the same geometry as in Dishonored 1, although we can't go to the place where we can do the non-lethal thing.
But my point was like that's in the next segment. This is all Dishonored 2 geometry, right?
Right.
Because we're outside of the tower. So this is just replaying the first level of this game.
It's also the first level of Dishonored 1, at least parts of it are.
Once we're in the next part.
No.
It's like poetry, it like rhymes.
It does kinda. It's a slant rhyme.
That's one of those references I find myself making, like, which it's terrible because it applies to so many situations, but it's sort of obscure.
Yes. I mean, we all get it, but
obviously everyone listening to the show gets it right now. I mean, if you don't, that's just silly.
What is that?
Oh, trust me, I had a prequel meme spaz attack at the very end of the Spodcast that's coming out of nowhere, so it actually relates.
I really like prequel memes.
Maximum mana is increased. I like this.
It's like we got it out of our system that the movies suck. It's like, because I grew up watching those movies. I didn't really know that they sucked until I was sort of old enough to reflect on them, especially by the time the third one comes out, I'm sort of like seeing these with open eyes.
Oh dear.
But I grew up with so much negativity surrounding those movies that I feel like it's almost therapeutic that we're kind of just like backing off and chilling the fuck out about it.
can I just say, Josh, that was a really good save.
Yeah, that was like totally me accidentally catching the lip of that and nothing else.
Oh, we didn't think.
Okay, I guess this is technically in its own separate area.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, that's all the first level of this game. Now we're moving on to the last level of the previous game.
And the first level of the previous game at the same time. No, actually, the last level of the previous game is that stupid, like, Sky Tower thing.
Yeah,
this
that
is
isn't actually...
That is right before you get betrayed in Dishonored 1.
Spoilers for Dishonored 1.
Spoilers for that game that this game is a sequel to.
That we also did a playthrough on this show for, and if you're not watching that, I don't know what to tell you.
I saw the High Overseer
So
fall.
here's also where the game is at its most Thief 2-y.
Somehow we were overcome. Not just Delilah's sorcerers and their great
in the sense that, like, the Overwatch, not Overwatch, what's their name?
Overseers.
The Overseers are basically this game's Hammerites. And in Dishonored 1, they were very much in charge. They hate magic and chaos.
A heretic against a heretic.
And now they are going basically and losing to a witch that is super, super into chaos and death and magic and void deathness. And it's just very, very Thief in the sense that Thief 1 was very much about how the tricksy, woodsy lords tried to take over the world, and you stopped them. And then in Thief 2, it was the Hammerites and their machinery that tried to take over the world, and you stopped them. And Dishonored 2 is sort of an inversion of that, where in the first game it's the Overseers who have all the power and their orthodoxy and religion, and here now it's the crazy chaos magic people that have all the power.
I'm kind of disappointed you never finished this game, Red Scarn, because I'd be really interested to know what that guy says to you if you don't have the outsider powers. Because he straight up just called me a heretic.
I can still be a heretic.
Words and say them just right. Otherwise the spell won't work, no matter how many goose feathers you've gathered.
Heresy isn't just something you do, Josh. It's who you are on the inside.
Alright, I'm loading up a Let's Play clip of that right now. Hold on.
What, should I just edit that in?
got to get that clip compilation of you, what was it? It's messing up all the stealth things.
Oh, greatest hits.
Or however many times you broke the level in this week.
Two hands bled. Make the pigments block the wind. Fingers stained blue and blush. Conjure rainbows for the blush. Shade and hue, dig and crack.
Oh.
I'll be damned.
What? Oh, shit, I accidentally used 2. Well, that sucks.
So what he basically says is, all is lost, the High Overseer is dead, I saw him fall, we're basically screwed. Delilah has not just sorceresses, but also the evil mechanical robots that are immune to our little musical boxes to make magic no-go. We don't know what to do. And then the playthrough on the internet was Corvo, and Corvo's like, I'm gonna go, don't worry, I got this, in his magical Stephen Russell voice. And the dude basically said, like, go forth with the blessing of the church or the overseers or whatever it is, and stop them. I wish you luck. So it basically does acknowledge that you have a no powers thing,
Well,
which
that's
is pretty cool.
neat.
Like, they explicitly recorded audio for it. Doesn't change anything, but it's nice.
It's always those kind of things that stop people from saying, my choices didn't matter at all. Like, but look, they did.
This is gonna suck.
God damn it, Josh.
You'd feel like that would be a lot more useful than it turns out being.
It is useful. I'm sure speedrunners...
Pulling yourself
I don't
hundreds
know.
of meters into the air.
I'm sure speedrunners are very capable of using that appropriately. I don't know if you are.
Yeah, I think it's probably very useful in the start to die speedrun? I don't know.
Well, the ability to fling yourself ridiculous distances is useful, but not if you land with death.
So now we're in the first level.
Yep, this is the bridge we crossed in the very beginning. That's where Anton Sokolov is painting.
Hi. Goodbye. This is the guard tower.
No, it's the boathouse where they pump
Or not
the boat
the guard
up.
tower, the boathouse, yes. I don't know why I said guard
The
tower.
ridiculous technology of pumping a boat down from way down there up to here by just moving water around.
She's fine.
Yeah, I mean, that much velocity would kill you if you didn't land on her head, but her head's fine.
Come on. Come on. Hit me with your sword.
And clip into the building.
Fine with me.
Josh is yelling at those video game characters again.
It wouldn't be an 0451 game if you couldn't get attacked by bees and scream out the word BEES! Which I do in basically every 0451 game.
If I ever designed an 0451 game, there would be bees, there would be microphone support, and the damage bees do to you would be doubled unless you're actually screaming the entire time they're attacking you.
The best game for this is, by the way, System Shock 2, which has the best bees, because it has alien-style eggs that hatch into swarms of bees that hunt you down.
Now I just really want to see you do a clickbait video on the best 4501 bees, like the top 10. The top 10. 4501.
Number 1! Yeah, I should totally get the clickbait.
Now's
There was
the
a lot
time.
of buzz about this game before it came out.
Oh boy.
Oh my god, Rutskarn, let's start a video game, like, let's start a parody website of all the worst style of video game YouTube.
It would no longer be a parody very soon. It would just become the genuine article. We would cross the threshold. We would become the things we hate. And we'd make a shitload of money. Let's do it!
Yeah.
It's just the dirty thing we do on the side while we fund these intellectual properties.
Let's see which one of us can get arrested
These
in a foreign
intellectual
country in 2
properties
years.
is the best way to phrase what we do.
Hey,
Oh my
none
God.
of them can follow me through the door.
I abused the
Too
crap out
real.
of that in this level, by the way.
Why didn't I get healed by those?
Were they rotten?
And now we're in Dunwall Tower.
She probably found it funny, using the chapel as a studio, mixing pigments where those fools are
If Delilah's in the throne room, I can use the elevator to reach her.
And yes, this is very much the geometry of the last Dishonored game. It's kind of beat up. They made some changes.
So we got a couple stops here. One, of course, we want to go see the secret hidden room that we want to go see the secret hidden room that our mom put in the tower that we can go to in the first game. Damn it.
Whatever.
Hi. As always, we like to put you guys in hilarious places. This seems good.
Good place to put a person, indefinitely.
I'm having like weird overlaps between this level and the last level of Knife of Dunwall in my head, or rather Brigmore Witches, but that DLC. I'm trying to remember like which one is which, like what I remember.
This is the one that
from
takes
one
place
is
in
useful for
Dunwall
which.
Tower, and the
Well,
other
yeah,
one takes
but it
place
is kind
in
of
a.
fucked up like that other tower. Oh, hello.
There's less flooding here.
Goomba! He's fine. What? Wasn't quite what I intended to do. How do we trigger this? Ah.
Oh my god, it's just the... Is that just like the slogan of all of our Dishonored episodes? That wasn't quite what I intended to do. That wasn't quite what I intended to do.
I've never
Josh,
been
after
here.
all of his momentum is cancelled out against a hard object.
So they have an entire separate level for her secret room?
I think this goes back into the safe room area. Oh, that's right. This is a way back.
You mean
Yeah,
the
okay.
throne
So
room?
we actually need to go back and get the thing to do the non-lethal stuff if we want to do that. But
You will take me back and die at my hands.
okay. Where's the switch? Ah, here it is. Is it just me, or did our hand get really big there?
Witches looted everything.
Yeah, okay. So we actually want to go backwards here.
This is not what I did at all, and I have no memory of this.
Did you go up the other way?
I think I just straight up killed her.
This doesn't even have anything to do with this. This is just another way into the top level.
Oh no, I just went through the normal way. The elevator or whatever. If you once you unblock the elevator.
I thought there was a audio log in here, but I guess not. Oh well. Oops.
So we have to go all the way back outside, don't we?
No.
Why is there a tree in the middle of the chapel?
For the woodsy lord.
I'm stuck.
This is definitely one of the cooler rooms in the game. I don't know, there's actually a lot of cool rooms in this game.
The whole game is gorgeous.
Delilah's working on something terrible, but I might be able to sabotage it.
I don't know, I just really like... I think
Delilah
it's
has
the
some
glowy
sort
thing
of...
there.
Disrupt Delilah's painting.
Yeah.
Delilah has some sort of grand master plan that doesn't make a lot of sense, to be honest.
Wow, that's a little disappointing.
It's partially is because we just don't get enough of enough information about like what Delilah's actually doing the whole game. Like it's all about like, oh, we're busy being dishonored, and where's the third thing we need?
Isn't it outside? Let me look at...
Dried algae, pigment, and human bones. Where is the pigment? Anyway, we've been so busy with like the Emily/Corvo story that there's really not been any chance to really expound upon what Delilah wants beyond simple power. So this all kind of gets like shoved in the last... here we go, pigment. This all kind of gets shoved into the last level here where we find out, oh, Delilah has a grand plan beyond fucking everything up.
I mean, really,
well,
that is the problem, though, right? Like this game has meticulous design. I mean, bugs aside, it plays really well. It is also absolutely gorgeous and has some of the best level design of 2016. Like, there is no reason this game shouldn't be absolutely amazing, except narratively, it's basically an excuse to string a bunch of amazingly gorgeous, really really engaging to play levels together. The story isn't bad, but there's just not a lot going on, and it's really, really weirdly structured and weak. Which sucks, because everything else about this game, from the way it looks to the way it plays, is absolutely amazing. Even the world building, like, the storytelling itself sucks, but the world building is phenomenal. Dunwall and Sarkonos are amazingly realized places, with rich histories, interesting characters, just the actual narrative.
Hi?
Everything's gone.
The actual narrative is just sort of empty.
But do you think that's just an affordance of games rather than because that's always the trend. Like, if there's a story game in a AAA game, it's like the story is going to be the thing that's the weakest, and the innovation always comes in the mechanics. And very rarely do we see something really well written and like the full package is so rare. But I think that it's a lot easier to do world building in games than direct narrative. I think that's you can give it credit for that, and it does it really well in this game, but I think in general, I wonder if that's just the symptom of a game.
I mean, you certainly see, it is sort of like it does kind of feel like a pick two. A game can be really, really well written, a game can be really, really, really gorgeous, and a game can play really, really well. Pick two. Because I know recently I played a lot of story-driven games that don't play as well as they probably could. Wolfenstein, the new Colossus, and Mafia 3 both come to mind as games that, like, really double down on narrative, But they're not design masterpieces like this. This game is an intricate design masterpiece. Mafia 3 is an open world game and it's fun, but whatever.
Jasmine's pampered brat is work.
You know, Wolfenstein is
You've come to me.
a good shooter, but really it's more of a story game than a shooting game.
I've been working hard since you left. Do you admire the brushwork? It's the subject matter that counts.
Yeah, that's neat.
This is the world as it should be.
Anyway, so she's going to use her magical superpowers
There's
to
no place
create a world that she wants.
Come back to me at my moment of glory.
Delilah done.
I used to play. Fit to catch me, girl.
Let's bring out the Moppelganger.
Powers are a waste on you.
That didn't do anything.
She said such powers are a waste.
Poke the skin.
Okay, that was almost straight up a Woodsy Lord line.
Struggle with no hope of beating me.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, I was under the impression, I think I should have shot her with the sleep dart and it would have immediately done this.
Yes. Strike at me like your father did. You cannot kill me.
Okay. How do we get you in the painting? I don't remember how this works.
You must know by now that I cannot die. I will lay waste to you, and the coven will light a candle in your skull.
I don't remember this being the way this fight goes at all. Let me reload here.
Father.
You have to give her soul back with the heart.
Oh, right.
Please, you've brought me back my spirit. Follow me, dear Emily, and see how I will reshape all things.
Alright, okay, that's the thing you're supposed to do. Why did I forget about that?
There was a whole level about it we just beat.
Yeah.
But I think it speaks to how weird the story is in that, like, we literally just did a whole mission about getting the heart to be able to do what we just did, and none of us really remembered it. I had to go look it up from a wiki.
Alright.
So this is the world she dreams about.
It's very bright here.
Okay, now this is an interesting idea.
I mean, we already did this in the end of the last DLC.
Well, I didn't.
So you got
play the
Delilah
last
right
DLC.
there. Gee, does that look like a
Were you
trap?
not there
It's
for
probably
that?
a trap.
I don't
Where we
remember
get-
it, at least.
We went into her painting, and she was busy painting stuff, and we had to...
I don't think Rutz was there for the last part of that. Oh look, it's actually Delilah. That didn't
I don't like that.
work.
Ha! Oh, this is great. Oh, this is cool. Come on.
May have messed
So,
up there.
for the record,
My favorite
you're
part
not
was when
supposed to
Josh
know
got
where she
hurt.
really is.
No, you're not.
You can figure it out, but you're not supposed to know, like, right off the bat to turn around and just snipe her. You're supposed to go to the
Impression
throne, try to kill her, and then have a bunch of these monsters spawn, kill them, and then eventually she descends, and you take on her for real.
Yeah.
But Josh is trying to be clever.
Whoop. I had my hands off the keyboard for that. Let's see what happens if we just try to choke her out. There we go.
If I put Delilah on the throne, the painting should trap her in her own fantasy world.
Do we need to do something with the rune?
What rune?
Somehow it's hard to take her seriously as a villain listening to her snore like this.
You're gonna take her back to reality?
Your own Delilah. So be it.
Yeah. Oh! I can see my neck. Oh no! I think she was supposed to be on the throne.
Yeah, nearby is fine.
No, it says place her on the throne. Yeah.
Unless you
This
really
is
want
the
me to
lethal
murder
option,
her.
right?
No, this is non-lethal. Lethal, I just stab her, and she dies. Ah!
You have no idea what you've done. This is everything I wanted. I see it all. I've won. Now what's always been marred and distorted will be perfect.
Anyway, so she's trapped in the void forever now.
Yeah, but she gets what she
Presumably.
wants.
Also that, which, you know, given her tragic backstory,
It's
she
kind of
did
nice,
kill a lot of
actually.
people.
I mean, yeah, okay.
You can also not revive Corvo if you don't want to. You can just leave.
Oh,
But,
do it. No, do it.
I
Oh,
can,
come on.
I can actually still... Hang on. I've got the quick
Does
save
the game
here.
does the game attempt to justify why you would not revive your father?
Nah. You can do that as Corvo, and you just take over and leave Emily as a statue. It is the like biggest dick move in the entire universe.
There's no reason for that. Okay, so like I get it. Like, oh, that's cool, that's neat. You can make this choice, but that choice doesn't make any sense.
Although I don't remember how to leave. You just...
You might say it's... Do you think it is?
Dishonorable?
No, I was gonna go for the L.
Maybe Corvo's the only one who
LD.
cannot revive them. Because I don't remember actually how to do this, and I... Can I just... Ah. Hi, guys.
I'll out after. Okay, stir their boots so that you can, like, have them do a Punch and Judy. Okay, no, that's fine.
Okay, well, in theory,
Nope,
we
lot of
cannot
inertia.
revive Corvo, but I don't know how to actually get it to trigger the end cutscene, so we're just going to revive Corvo.
Aww.
Plus, we'll get to hear Steven Russell again.
Yay! That's why I played him to begin with.
He's just like, huh, that's weird.
Emily, what happened?
Let's sit down. I'll explain it all.
Not in the throne, though.
Hey!
Hey.
And that was our
Hey.
perfect ghost run of Dishonored 2.
Our perfect ghost run.
100%
Our world record setting speed run of Dishonored 2.
Yep.
Yep. Yep.
We did it all in
9 months.
9 hours. It's actually probably much longer than 9 hours.
And so the time of crisis in Karnaca came to an end, with the city's wisest citizens unscathed.
But the dumb ones...
Council, the southern capital was pulled back from the brink of anarchy, and Serkonos began to thrive. In Dunwall, without ever realizing it, Delilah passed into an imagined world where her father's promises were fulfilled and her subjects would love her forever, as she sailed the ocean with a great fleet and trekked across the Pendician wastes. While in the true capital, Emily the Just, Emily the Clever, ruled for decades over a prosperous, mended empire with Corvo Atano by her side.
Hooray!
In his day, Anton Sokolov fired the engines of industry, hurtling the Empire into a more sophisticated age. He dallied with nobles, wayward artists, and great inventors alike, drinking in all that life could offer.
God, when did we start this Let's Play? I'm thinking back to like the time when we rescued him, and I'm like, wow, that was a long time ago.
On a final voyage to take him home.
He gets a cool send-off too.
There are things that never change.
And this is hinting at the it turned out to be the sequel to this game.
As Megan Foster faded from the world, Billy Lurk stepped from her shadow, setting out to discover her truest self, and seeking the closest thing she'd ever known to family.
We started this August 9th.
Jesus Christ, we've literally been doing this for 6 months.
Let's never do this again.
Oh, man.
That's 5 months. 5.5. With one and a half of those months being Christmas. This is why we are ending long-form Let's Plays as we know them.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I'm not saying we'll never do a long-form Let's Play again, but we're going to be a little bit more discerning.
Judicious. For the record, I still stand by the fact that this is a really good game, and not enough people played it.
No, I really like this game. I think I like this game better than the first one.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
I think Emily is a cool character. Like, the story gets weak because it's got all this big, grand world building, but the story is literally just like, you got betrayed and you gotta reclaim your name, basically.
I just think you can excuse so much of it for the amount of amazing experiences you have in the game. That's the that's the thing that would be bad if people were just like, no, it's a bad story, don't play it.
Well, no, it's not
I don't even
bad.
think the story's bad. I just feel like it's not large enough for what it wants to do.
Oh yeah, I agree.
It depends on what you consider story too, because like the writing is really good. The characters are really memorable. The incidental barks are frankly some of the best I've ever seen. Like, this place feels like a real breathed-in, living place with its own history. And not only its own history, but their own separate history. Sarkonos feels like a different place than Dunwall, and that's amazing, and I love it so much. That said, narrative in the traditional sense, a structured series of events that happen from A to B, it isn't really that interesting, and isn't that structured well, and isn't that engaging. But the incidental writing, and all the world-building writing, and all the mission-specific writing, you know, even when you just wake up and have to talk to Billy Lurk or to Anton Sokolov, that stuff works. All of it works. It's just sort of like the bigger picture. Okay, why am I doing this? Doesn't work. Why did we have to go steal the heart? Oh, we had to give it to Delilah. Why did we have to give Delilah the heart so that she could end up being trapped in a painting? And no one cares.
Yeah, unfortunately, Delilah just doesn't. She's not in the game enough for us to really understand what she's doing, or
that's the problem, right? Like all the core conflict.
How she works.
I don't mean to talk over you, but it gets me like upset when I think about like all the core concepts, all the core conflicts are elsewhere, and that's why like all the incidental stuff works, but all the real heart of it doesn't work, right? Like Elizabeth Emily is supposed to be really motivated by her mom, but we never see her and her mom together. She's been dead since the last game. Emily should be motivated by Corvo, but Corvo turns to stone in the beginning, and then we ditch him. Which would be fine if this game was about like the relationship between Billy Lurk and Emily, or Billy Lurk and Corvo, because that happens all the time. That's the whole game. But the game's not really about that relationship. It's about this other relationship with characters that are way back in Dunwall, and the whole game takes place in Sarkonos. And that really kind of weakens it.
Yeah, I mean, the story as it is basically about how Emily interacts with her long-lost aunt. And even at that, Delilah's not in it enough, really, to make that really work and carry the game.
It's another reason why Corvo doesn't work as well, is it's like Corvo's long-lost sister-in-law comes back and he's pissed about it.
We gotta hear about her trip to the Void, and she's gonna bring her slideshow over.
She's got like a beehive hairdo and horn-rimmed glasses, and she's gonna make Steve Russell sit and watch the slideshow. But yeah, I really enjoy this game. Story complaints aside, I like it a lot.
Any other thoughts, Rhett Skarn?
You know, I don't know why I fell off the Dishonored train. I think probably some of it was just like the loading, and I felt like I ran into some, not glitches per se, but it was laggier than it needed to be, and that gently discouraged me from continuing to play. But I really respect this game's accomplishments, like echoing what Chris said. I respect its ambition. And I think that it's actually really great that they created a no-powers way to play through the game. I think that shows a lot of creativity and drive and audacity for their level designers. And I think that also shows a commitment to kind of discipline in like how you structure your paths through the level and how you account for access to collectibles and other items. I imagine that it helps that they had two different power sets and modes of transportation they were working with, but I mean that doesn't diminish their achievement. If anything, that expands it. So yeah, I have a lot of good things to say about what this game represents. I wonder how much of an impact it will leave, but then again, how much of an impact did Dishonored ultimately leave?
And I don't feel like these were games that didn't matter.
You wonder about the games that came out in 2016 and how they're, in the historical sense, how they might get overshadowed by 2017's games. That's the thing that you're going to be thinking about a few years later when you think of like the overall timeline of like what came out that year. Like we were doing on this podcast, right? 1998. It's a great year.
Yeah,
I mean 2016 didn't have a lot of
44
AAA
games
releases anyway.
I'm looking at a list here from one particular website, The Verge, 44 games we can't wait to play in 2016, and it's like Abzu, Adrift, the Telltale Batman game, Battleborn.
Man, all those games that didn't turn out all that well. Yeah, Cuphead came out in 2016, yep.
Definitely.
That said, Abzu
Deus Ex Mankind Divided.
Not fun, but
looking at the actual list of releases, it's there's a fair number of ones that might overshadow Dishonored 2. Civilization 6, Dark Souls 3, Doom 2016, Hitman, Uncharted 4 was another story-driven, very pretty to look at title.
Most of these titles came out earlier in the year, though.
If you're talking big releases, I think that Doom 2016 is hands down the best thing to come out of that year.
Yeah.
And that does unfortunately include this game.
I don't know, if looking at this list, I mean, I like a lot of the games that came out this year, or that year, 2016, but the top two really are going to be a race between Dishonored 2 and Doom for me.
Yeah, and it's, the two games where the industry's not going to take many cues from it, and you just hope the industry takes the right cues from it.
Well, that was Dishonored 2.
Yes, it was.
I'm not sure what we're doing next. I'm not sure if what we're doing next is going to be a patron-decided thing or not. We ought to maybe come up with a list of stuff we want to do. Next week is probably going to be Patron Week, which is a new thing we're doing where patrons can vote on what games they want to see us do for 1 week each month, and $5 patrons and above can actually suggest games for that list.
And then vote, and then you guys get to pick on what makes us suffer.
Yeah.
Because at least for 1 week,
it's just going to be all the options on the poll are just going to be Season of Mystery, a Cherry Blossom Murder.
No.
Can't wait.
Time to finish Mystic Messenger.
Oh man.
Anyway, see y'all.